the ability to turn it to another level.
It's On the Tee, presented by Wisconsin Golf Trips at the AmFam Championship, Saturday from 10 to noon, right here on 94.5 ESPN. It's been a back-and-forth series so far, with things all knotted up at one between the Nuggets and Heat.
Murray step back for the tie at three. No good! Rebound Miami. The Heat have won it. 111-108. And the series is tied at 1.
The NBA Finals hit South Beach for Game 3. Coverage tips off at 6:30 Wednesday night, right here on 94.5 ESPN. The NBA on ESPN Milwaukee is sponsored by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. This is Homer and Tony.
Oh, baby. The head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks has a Ph.D.? What? Dr. Adrian Griffin. I can't wait till when we have him on. Doctor? You have to introduce him as a doctor, right?
No, you have to introduce him as coach.
Well, but being a doctor is more impressive than the coach. Having a Ph.D. is
when
more
you're
impressive.
At a press conference for the NBA.
Now, you think NBA head coach is more impressive than having a Ph.D.?
Yes. How many NBA coaches are there?
30.
How many people with PhDs are there?
A lot more than 30.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Well, I'm pretty much
Enough said.
Like, you're going to be wrong saying the Packers are going to win only 4 games. I'm not going to say everything you say is wrong. That's just one opinion. I think overall, your predictions were pretty good. Now you've gone goofy.
Yeah, I'm goofy, so you're just as goofy as I am, man. That's
we
the
will
bottom line.
We will find out.
You're the host of the show.
I'm not picking
you can
to
say
win
whatever
4
you
games.
want.
I'm going to be way more accurate picking the Packers to win 7 than you are at 4.
If I'm wrong on the 4 wins and they win 5, 6, 7, I will call up and say I was wrong.
Not good.
But
You won't have to. We'll
games.
tell everybody you were wrong before you call in. We'll go.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Offices One Call That's All studios at the Avenue. With Marquette Hall of Famer Tony Smith, here is cousin sub of the day, Melanie Ricks.
Yeah, the song fits today. We are actually in perfect harmony for once. Can't ensure how long it's going to last. Probably longer than normal. With Homer in here, goes away pretty quick. He comes out strong with some craziness that I have to always kind of combat. Kind of bring him back down to earth. Get his feet back on the planet. He likes to get out there. But as you heard, we have the lovely Melanie Ricks in today.
Thanks so much for having me.
Cousin
How you doing?
sub of the day. How are you?
I'm doing great.
How was your show today over on The Truth?
It was really good. So we had Nothing But the Truth with Melanie Ricks at noon.
You want the truth?
And then I just got off with Tori Lowe doing the Pop Culture Report.
Did you get that drop yet over there? You want the truth? You can handle the truth.
Dude, we need to get that drop. I got to tell one
know.
of the producers to do that.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
No,
that's
for
the first
sure.
thing I think of when I hear The Truth. It's that, boom, that Jack Nicholson. Got to get it.
You need to be over there more with us.
Yeah, I try to pop in there. I used to try to pop in on...
can't handle the truth.
That one, that's
there
the
you
one.
go.
Actually, Pebble, I'm just going to have you send that to one of our producers.
Send it to Ben. All right, let's go. Send it to all of them. Ben, Z, send it to everybody over there.
No, for sure.
Now I forgot what I was saying. I lost my train of thought. I was talking to, I was thinking about, I was listening to Telly and Denise the other day. Yeah. On The Truth. And the same thing. Every time I hear that, that's what I think about. You can't handle the truth. But I was listening to them, and I was...
can't handle the truth.
Don't throw me off, Pebble.
Right?
I lose my... I'm old.
Loses it again.
I'm old. I lose my train of thought. Now,
Starts train of thought again. Chugga.
I hate that. I mean, I do that a lot. It's getting scary right now. Mel, you're young. I doubt that you have that problem. You might have a
Tony.
couple. You might have a couple where you like, oh, I forget what I was doing.
Oh, yes.
But I'll literally go from my bedroom into the kitchen for something and totally forget what I went for.
Oh, Tony, I do that all the time. That's not
Really?
an age thing. That's just a people thing. That may be just us. Yeah.
I feel better now.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. But
I feel much better now.
it's one of those where when it happens to me, I do question if it's my age or maybe I'm just
It's
distracted.
your age. 30?
I'm 31.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm 31.
Yeah.
I don't think it's your age.
Okay, I hope not.
No, it's not your age. It's just, I guess it's a people thing. But I really thought,
I remember just a couple of times. Just the other day, I was leaving the house in a hurry, always in a hurry, because I'm always a little bit late, a couple minutes late.
That'll happen.
Most of the time. And I went back in. I forgot something. I totally forgot what I went back in for.
Yeah.
I literally remembered in the hallway as I'm walking down, I get back in my condo, and I forgot what I came back for. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Sometimes you got to just retrace your steps, though. You know what I mean? Do you have a lot on your mind? Because for me, I think it's because I have a lot. I'm always thinking about 20 different things at once.
Yeah,
so I think it's less age. It's more of like that, you know?
Yeah, and I think what it was, I was like I said, I was listening to Telly and Denise, and they were telling some. I think that's what threw me off. Like Pebble throws me off with the drop. Hearing this story about, they were talking about dates and first dates, and I couldn't believe what I was hearing that people were doing for first dates.
Like what kind of stuff?
I can't remember what it was, but
okay, that may be an age thing.
I was like, I think they were talking about like a bad idea for first dates. Like, like I don't think a movie's a good first date. You can't talk, right? But I did remember then I told them like the worst probably first date that I ever heard from one of my buddies. And listen, if anybody out there can beat this story, please call in on the ESPN Wisconsin Talking Text line, 800-990-3776. I don't think you can top this one, but please give it a try. My buddy was going on a date with this chick, and he's like, oh, man, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm like, dude, what's the normal? Dinner, have some drinks,
and again, this is a first date, right?
This is a very first date.
I'm like in a
we're in the
animal in the zoo.
We're at the zoo here.
So cute. I know. You've got some fans out there. She was like, that's Tony. Yeah, she knows who you are. That is so cute. Oh, that was so sweet.
I think our name's out there. That's why.
Okay, you were funny. But anyway, sorry.
No, so he's asking me what he's going to do. Well, then he's like, I got tickets to the Prince concert.
Can I ask, sorry, real quick, what's the age? I'm just curious.
He was mid-30s.
Okay. Prince okay, great first date. That's an aggressive first date.
Aggressive is an understatement.
Can only go up from there.
That's over the top. But then, I don't know who the girl he was dating or what he thought about her, but he felt the need to take her shopping for something to wear to the concert.
Oh, he's trying to be somebody's sugar daddy.
I mean, I don't know. I don't. Maybe he thought that she didn't have anything nice to wear.
No.
Well, let me tell you
that,
because I got a lot of weird friends. So the reason I thought that, because I have another friend, very particular friend. He's very particular about a lot of stuff. Meticulous himself. So everything's clean.
Does particular and meticulous also translate to controlling, Tony? Because it sounds like that's where you're going.
I don't know. I don't see it as controlling because I'm a friend.
Okay.
You
don't see it that way.
So he's not controlling me, obviously.
Yeah.
He's not trying to.
Yeah.
But I'm saying when I see him, he's always clean.
Yeah.
Everything's pressed. Mm-hmm. Shoes are shined. He's never coming messy at all.
Yeah.
Even if you're doing nothing, you're just going to the pool.
Yeah.
His flip flops are shined up. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So he told me one time that he went out with this girl and they were somewhere and he was like, man, I can't believe she's wearing that. And I think he actually told her, like, is that what you're wearing? I was like, really? Is that what you did to her?
And that's where the controlling thing comes in. Like, I'm sorry, sir.
I can't believe I took her here and she's wearing that.
Oh, okay, that's different. If he felt like she was dressed not appropriately for the occasion or event or, whatever place they're in. Yeah, after the fact. But only if you feel comfortable because you got to be careful with that.
I think it was a fairly new situation.
Then no. Yeah, no, that's something you laugh about later after y'all become an actual couple.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean?
Something you tell your boy.
Yeah. But no, don't tell somebody that on the first date. But did your friend end up taking her to the Prince concert?
I don't remember what happened after.
Okay.
Oh, the Prince concert. Yeah, that went off. Yeah.
Really?
He went to the mall, bought a dress.
Wow.
Yeah, and went to the concert.
Now I'm going to raise my standards for first dates.
Well, see, that's the problem, though. Now you get people thinking that that's normal. That's not normal.
Hey, who's normal, though? You know what I mean? Like, everyone's normal is different.
In that space, you got to be normal. Pebble, you ever did something crazy on a date?
First date,
no,
specifically.
It's always been casual, dinner and a movie type thing. Right. So you talk to him in dinner and then you go to the movie.
So why is dinner and a movie, why is that your go-to, Pebble?
That's pretty much a standard thing that I always saw people doing growing up, and so that's what I did too.
So did you guys ever try to be creative? Because I do realize, in your defense, I realize that with social media, people are open or like they see more. You know what I mean? They're inspired by more ideas. You guys are both in relationships, so maybe when you were single, there wasn't that creativity. If you were dating now, would you be a little bit more creative knowing that there are options for creativity? Because personally, I think dinner and a movie is too easy. Like, I can't even talk to you during the movie. You know, I can talk to you during dinner, but like it just seems so typical. I want something different.
Yeah, right. But I would say my philosophy on a first date would be I don't want something too entertaining to take. Conversation is the most important thing on the first date. I'm going for conversation. I don't need a lot of extracurricular stuff taken away from the ability to conversate. Like he said, a movie. I don't even know if I would do a movie.
Really? That's doing
you
too
can't
much.
talk in a movie. Well, you can't talk in a movie.
Exactly.
So, I mean, okay, I get you talk at dinner, but I mean, the whole thing of especially early on in the date, you're trying to get to know the person.
Right.
We got to talk.
Right.
That's it. Just so having some conversation. So I don't know about automotive or doing anything too like weird off the cuff where you cannot communicate a lot.
Like going to a psychic reading or something like that.
Would you do that with a date in general? I don't know if I would do that with someone unless I was like married.
That's entertaining right
What's
there.
the psychic going to say? At least it's
I don't think I would want to know.
You're going to have a conversation, though.
Yeah, but Pebble, would you, if you're on a first or 1 through 5 date with somebody, would you even want to know things that a psychic would reveal about them? I mean, maybe you do, but would you want to be in the room when you discover these things with them?
If you actually believe what the psychic is saying is true.
Wait,
yeah, true. And I believe in Tony doesn't.
This woman's going to tie you up in the basement.
Oh Lord, Tony does not believe in psychics. We've already had that conversation.
Soon or later?
Right. Like, am I going to like it or?
Right. Wait, what kind of tie up exactly are you talking about?
Am I submissive in this?
Not the good kind of tie up. It's the bad one, the prisoner type.
We got a few texts actually about this. Somebody said you can feed the ducks. Okay, that's adorable. I have gone on a.
Where?
There are ducks everywhere. There are a lot of ducks.
I don't want to feed them. Then they poop all over the place.
Well, but it's like cute. Like you're out in nature and you're talking and you're, spreading breadcrumbs.
They poop all over the golf course. Don't like them.
Geese are they're so sweet.
Like
they mean well. I like when they cross the road.
Don't like them.
They look so cute. Well, I was going to say a common first date for me is actually going with a guy on a walk with my dogs. That's a pretty typical, like a few guys have offered to do that with me for a first date.
Yeah, just let's meet and talk.
Exactly. I don't consider that an actual date. It's almost like a meet and greet.
Correct. Yeah. I wouldn't consider that a date.
Yeah.
Nor would I.
Really?
No.
Okay, then. Oh, let's talk about this. What are the different classifications? Like, do you have to spend money for it to be a date? Like, what's a date to you?
Man, date's a real activity. I don't think.
Why is that not a real activity, though?
That's walking your dog is a duty. You have to walk your dog. You got to walk your dog.
But I love my dog, so isn't it cute that
you have to walk your dog?
That's
something that someone has to do.
That's like I want to walk my dog. Come chill out with me for a little bit.
Right.
Okay.
Hey, I gotta do some yard work. Come on over and help me.
Okay.
Let's talk while we do
You like pulling weeds?
Right. It's not a date.
Is that what that is?
Chore.
Okay,
no,
y'all are
you.
funny. So I actually don't consider walking my dogs a chore, but I do understand what you're saying. I get it, but I don't view them that way.
Right.
Yes, no, you're right. You're right. But I think the reason why I disagree with you is because to me it's giving, that I love my dogs. You want me to feel comfortable, or you want to meet my dogs. You know what I mean? You want to get to know me in an environment that's comfortable for me, which is being around my babies.
But I will warn you guys, though, if you're going to take a girl out for dinner, which is a normal thing, which I approve of, you better pick the restaurant.
Who's you? The guy?
The guy better pick the restaurant.
Really? Why is that?
Because I was talking to my buddy, and he got the jack move put on him. He was talking to a girl, and they're like, okay, let's go out to eat. They agreed to go eat, and she's like, he's like, all right, let's go here. He picked the normal, I would say a regular place, not a high end, not a low end, right? Middle of the road restaurant, not too loud, you can talk. Mm-hmm. She picks some over the top, expensive, like a.
As she should. Sorry.
For your first date?
Yes.
Why would you?
You got to wine and dine me, Tony. Tony, you got to wine and dine me.
Wine and dine
because we've got time
There's
for us to get comfortable. We've got time to eat at Applebee's.
I would say
you need
wine
to
and dine
impress
for
me.
after we're already together.
No, because Tony, you and I know dang well, and Pebble, I'm sure you can attest.
Saying.
When you get comfortable in a relationship, when you actually get to that point where you are in a relationship and you've put a title on it, you're not going to all of these big fancy places all the time, realistically.
Keep it fresh, right? Let's go. We keep it exciting, Pebble.
I mean,
I think the most expensive thing on the menu, stuffed with the second most expensive thing.
I love it. You guys are funny. It's interesting hearing the male perspective. Because, I don't know, the male perspective is drastically different. However, with that being said, Tony, Pebble, knowing that us women do want you to wine and dine us and do want a little bit more from you, would you be willing to oblige us? Or are you still going to stick to your logic of, no, I picked the restaurant. It's got to be middle ground. Sorry to give you the voice. It's just how I hear you in my mind.
To finish that story, and then we'll get to some sports. I know everybody's waiting for some sports talk because we got Jason coming up next. But just to finish that off, when he told me she picked some crazy expensive restaurant to go to, he didn't talk to her again. So she's just looking to
really.
Yes, she's just looking to get
that was
dates,
a turnoff.
And he said it was on. He met her on one of the dating apps or whatever. And he's like, I wonder if she just does that. Like when she wants to go somewhere to a nice restaurant, she just goes on the app and gets a date and then says, hey, take me here. There's no intentions of like actually going out with the guy again or talking to him. But
he shouldn't assume that. But I understand. If he's getting that energy from her, he's probably not wrong.
Correct. He was like, we went out, then I didn't hear from her. I looked back on, she's back on the app.
Oh. And some people are just serial daters.
Trying to get her next victim.
So I don't normally like to call women out, but I have 100% had conversations with my girlfriends where they go on dates just for the free food and just for the company.
We'll ask Jason about his first dates and probably some Packer stuff next.
Stay tuned. Packers reporter Jason Wilde has the latest from Titletown coming up next on Homer and Tony here on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
The award-winning 101.7 The Truth is excited to be back celebrating the 52nd annual Juneteenth celebration in Milwaukee. Make sure you come down on Monday, June 19th, as we will be broadcasting live from the Juneteenth celebration from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Stop by our table to play games, win Truth swag, and say what up to your favorite Truth teammates. The 101.7 The Truth celebration of Juneteenth is sponsored by Educators Credit Union, Tayback Law, Molson Coors, and Associated Bank.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do, do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Cousin Subs is spicing things up this summer with 2 new limited-time-only subs and a new shake flavor. Their new Sriracha Ranch subs feature your choice of chicken or steak, blue cheese crumbles, onions, pickles, Sriracha, and ranch dressing, all on Italian bread, and are sure to make your taste buds dance. And don't forget to pair your sub with their new cherry lime shake. All are available for a limited time only. So order yours today at any location, online, or via Cousins mobile app for a limited time only. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
This far into rush hour traffic, most people would have rage accelerated at least once. But not you, Lacey No Hard Accelerations Ever Johnson, because you are a safe driver. And like most drivers who sign up for Snapshot from Progressive, which customizes your rate for how and how much you drive, you could earn a discount for your good driving. So if your hula dancing dashboard doll thinks you're going to hard accelerate because you're running late, then your hula dancing dashboard doll doesn't know. Lacey No Hard Accelerations Ever Johnson. Sign up for Snapshot today.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in all states or from all agents.
With summer savings at the Home Depot, we'll get your kitchen clicking. With top brand appliances, like a new GE refrigerator with internal water dispenser for a crisp, cool glass of water every time. Or a GE oven with built-in air fryer for healthier, crispier options with no preheating. Plus, with convenient shopping in-store and online at the Home Depot, your innovative new appliances are just a click away, too. Final days to save up to 30% on select appliances plus $300 off select refrigerators at the Home Depot ends June 7th. Pricing valid May 18th through June 7th, 2023. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Kevin Moret here from Mentality Men's Health. We hear stories every day in our clinics of what used to work for guys doesn't anymore. Increased cardio, cut out certain food, nothing stops the changes in their bodies, especially the weight. The fact is, years of decreasing testosterone has packed on the belly fat that won't go away. We've introduced a medication, semaglutide, that helps drop 15% of the body weight on average while preserving testosterone. Join the over 20,000 Mentality clients and jumpstart your results. In Milwaukee, go to lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com.
Are you looking for the perfect restaurant for your next night out? Then make Aria, the acclaimed restaurant inside St. Kate, your next dinner destination. Specializing in artisanal American cuisine, Aria features carefully prepared seasonal entrees along with a robust selection of craft cocktails, wine, and local beer. Join them on Sundays for the restaurant's famous trademark chicken, served family style with sides like mashed potatoes, goat cheese biscuits, and more. Make your plans today to dine at Aria. Learn more and make reservations at aria@stkate.com. That's aria@stkate.com.
Every child deserves a safe, loving, and permanent home. Help the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption find families for children who've lingered in foster care the longest. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
It's been a back-and-forth series so far, with things all knotted up at one between the Nuggets and Heat.
Murray step back for the tie at three. No good! Rebound Miami! The Heat have won it! 111-108, and the series is tied at 1.
The NBA Finals hit South Beach for Game 3. Coverage tips off at 6:30 Wednesday night, right here on 94.5 ESPN. The NBA on ESPN Milwaukee is sponsored by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Jason Wilde is brought to you by Boucher Automotive, where we ride with you every mile. 18 dealerships, 15 brands, and thousands of vehicles in stock. Check them out at Boucher.com.
Our man Jason Wilde is in the house, as he usually is at this time of the day for us. And Jason, we are joined by Melanie Ricks today of The Truth.
I heard that rumor.
Yeah,
Melanie, it's great to be with you.
Hi, Jason.
It is no rumor. It is true.
It's true.
We're going to get right to it. We know you got other stuff to get to, Jason. Melanie wants to know, what was your conversation with Jordan Love like at his locker?
It was good. You know, Tausch is giving me a hard time on our show for always saying how much I like Jordan, but he's really made a very good impression on me as a guy. He seems really grounded. He seems to really care about his teammates. He seems to really care about how he treats his teammates. I thought it was really interesting. You know, he made the comment about how everyone's learning right now, and he's not going to attack his teammates when they make mistakes, and whether that was subconscious or subliminal, or if he was really saying, you know, the guy that came before me really seemed to attack our guys, and I don't want to be that way. I don't know. I don't know why he chose that word, but it was a really interesting word choice. And attack, yeah. I don't think leadership should ever include attacking. Yeah. And I don't know if he felt like Rodgers did that to some of those receivers or not, but I thought it was that word choice really kind of perked my ears. So I really like him. At the same time, we all know it doesn't matter how great of a guy you are or whether you get along with your teammates if you don't also play well and your team doesn't succeed. So those are great qualities to have, but you got to play well too, and we're kind of in the process of figuring out what he's capable of on that front.
Absolutely, Jason. I'm curious if you can recall any differences or similarities between Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers at this same stage. So prior to them actually starting at QB1, and more so when you're seeing them in the practice setting before you actually see what they can do on the field.
Yeah, the biggest difference, honestly, and I go to practice each day that it's open, and I, you know, Homer and Tony and I have talked about this a bunch. I wish I was there for all of them. Like, I wish the Packers opened up all 9 of the OTA practices so I would have the full breadth of their work during OTAs to kind of judge their performance off of. But that's not what they do, and that's their prerogative. I disagree with it, but it doesn't matter what I think. But the 3 practices I've seen Jordan do now, there's been some moments where I was like, okay, that was all right. That wasn't bad. There's been 1 or 2 where I was like, hey, that was a really good throw. And then the rest was kind of just meh. And then at the end of practice yesterday, his last throw, he threw an interception in the end zone to end the practice, where he threw it kind of up for grabs, late down the middle, which is a violation of one of the 3 rules that Tom Clements, their quarterbacks coach, instituted long ago. And it was a chance to win the game, air quotes, and instead they lost because he threw the pick. Rodgers had those moments too. He certainly wasn't above that, but I just the one thing I go back to is I just haven't seen as many throws, moments, plays as I did with Rodgers in 07 and 08, where I was like, wow, that was a really good play by the young kid. And those are fewer and further between at this point. That doesn't mean that won't change in training camp, but as of now, I would have liked to have seen more of that than I have.
Did he talk about like where he thinks he is, like where's his area of need to improve? Like, is it talking like mechanics, footwork? Are we talking about learning the offense?
And then also, really quick, if you don't mind, following up on that last statement, in addition to what Tony asked, does that concern you at all? Like you saying you haven't seen those wow moments from him?
It doesn't concern me yet, Melanie, but I think you would like to start seeing them more frequently. You can also still see mistakes because that's okay at this point. I mean, he's a young quarterback. Those are coming. But you would like to see more of those wow moments, and maybe we'll see more of them, when training camp kicks off in late July and things really get humming. And that would, if I don't see him more frequently come training camp, then it becomes more of a concern thing. And Tony, to your point, look, he keeps focusing on fundamentals, right? And he just doesn't have as many reps in his body as Aaron Rodgers obviously does after 15 years as a starter and 18 years in the league. So he needs every rep he can get to continue to improve his arm mechanics, his footwork, his balance and base when he's preparing to throw the football. All those things are really important, and all those things are still areas where he needs to keep growing. But his decision-making has to improve too. And to me, that's the most important thing. I mean, you can get by with if your arm strength isn't as great as some other quarterbacks. As long as you always make really good decisions, you can probably get by a little bit more with a little less arm strength if you're really smart with the football and you make good decisions. And, I think he's got plenty of arm, but that's another thing that I want to see more of is him really kind of letting it rip. And I just haven't, there's not that many throws, where, what does Jake Taylor say in Major League about Wild Thing Vaughn? If it hits you, leave a 2-foot hole coming out. I haven't seen that many throws where now, I would be worried about the velocity.
Are you think they are like they don't want him to do that, or is he afraid to let it rip and take some chances? Like which one is it? There, who's holding who back?
I think there's once we get into some really competitive periods of training camp, I think there's a better chance of seeing him do that. I think you do that more when you're able to be more decisive, right? Like just like you attacking the basket, Tony, during your career, right? Like when you were more confident and more certain not only in what you were capable of, but also what you were doing within the offense and everything else, your greater confidence leads you to play at a higher speed and to do things more decisively. One of the things that LaFleur has always said regarding Jordan Love, and I use it all the time with my girls when I coach them, and I give Matt LaFleur credit for it because I love it, but it's indecisive equals ineffective. And so even if, and obviously you want them to make the right decisions, right, and not make the wrong decisions, but even if you make the wrong decision per se, if you at least are decisive about it and aren't, questioning yourself, even if it's the wrong decision, it at least means that you're going to go full speed, and there's a chance that even though you made the wrong decision, the outcome will be good because you're going full speed, right? So, I think he's still, especially now as the starter, it's different than when you try to be decisive as the backup and you're just getting the reps in the off season because Rodgers isn't there. I think he's still working on being as decisive as he needs to be.
Gotcha. Last thing, we know you got to go, Jason, but I'm concerned and curious about the Clifford the Red Dog out-dueling Jordan Love in practice headline I saw. Is there anything to that?
I think that's probably a little bit of an overstatement. He obviously led his group to a touchdown in the 2-minute drill yesterday, and and Love threw an interception in the end zone. So it's technically accurate.
Right.
But I don't think anyone they've already got one young quarterback that needs the reps to be the starter, even though he's been in the league for 3+ years.
Yeah.
I don't think the Big Red Dog, along with Emily Elizabeth, is coming to steal away the starting job from Jordan Love just yet.
All right, now we feel better. Thanks a lot, Jason.
All right, everybody, take care. Be good.
See ya.
Thanks, Jason.
I've seen plenty of Penn State games since Sean Clifford was there for like 100 years. And Penn State's a very elite team at getting down the field in the 2-minute drill. So he has plenty of experience in that.
Oh, okay. So they were
Makes sense.
They were saying they were playing to his strengths there. Is that what you're saying, Pebble?
Indeed, yes.
Okay. Well,
I did breathe a sigh of relief, though, when Jason said, I literally did.
You were worried about that headline.
Of course I am. I mean, listen, y'all. I know
it is early, Mel.
It's early, but I'm a diehard Packers fan, and unfortunately, even though I'm a realist, and come on, Tony, as he flashes his Packers shirt underneath his quarter zip, I love that. Honestly, I'm a realist, but I also have grown accustomed to a certain standard of living. I am used to winning.
Oh, bougie.
I'm sorry.
Bougie Packer fan.
I was born in 91. It's all that I know.
Pebble,
I only know good
Packer
Packers football.
Come on. I've known many a bougie Packer fan.
Exactly. And
when you go from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers and you got back-to-back Hall of Fame quarterbacks, I guess you have a right to be bougie and expect to win games.
You understand, Pebble? We've grown accustomed. Yes. So I expect great things from Jordan, and I'm a little concerned when I do read things that say otherwise. But I believe in him, and we're going to give him a season to get his foot together.
All right. Well, we'll see. We know you're a bougie Packer fan, but I think you're a bougie Bucs fan too. So we'll get into your bougie new coach next.
To Homer and Tony with Cousin Sub of the Day, Melanie Ricks and Tony Smith.
The Packers are going to be strong even throughout the first 6 games without Bakhtiari. Bakhtiari there.
Yeah,
so
that's
right.
Bakhtiari.
David Bakhtiari. You, Larry, are a great fan, but you really need to be able to pronounce David Bakhtiari since he's one of the best players on the team. No.
Yeah, okay.
Right. Bakhtiari. Say it again.
Bakhtiari.
No, you're still saying Bakhtiari. What's the best way to get him to do it without thinking how to do it?
He just got it finally.
B-A-H-K. Bakhtiari.
On 94.5 ESPN and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Find Dad's Day deals that won't be beat this Father's Day at Fleet Farm. Going on now. Get $60 off a Milwaukee M18 cordless 2-tool combo kit. On sale, $169. Or get a Bighorn Greystone pellet grill for just $279.99. Plus, if you find a lower price, we'll match it. We have what you need for everyday life at new, lower prices. Fleet Farm. Watch PGA Tour champions, including tournament host and Wisconsin native Steve Stricker, at the American Family Insurance Championship when it returns to University Ridge Golf Course in Madison, Friday, June 9th through Sunday, June 11th. AmFam Champ Week will also include an exciting concert featuring Tyler Hubbard of Florida Georgia Line, Friday, June 9th. Proceeds will support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and the American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com. That's amfamchampionship.com.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Father's Day is almost here. Looking for the right gift for Dad? Whether it's a unique craft beer, hard-to-find whiskey, or a spectacular bottle of wine, we've got you covered. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where since 1960, we have provided the best selection and the lowest prices in town. We stock literally thousands of varieties of beer, liquor, wine, and mixers. Over 15,000 actually, but who's counting? The point is, you want it, odds are we have it. Combine our incredible selection and everyday low prices with our 2 convenient locations, and you've got your one-stop shop for Father's Day. Discount Liquor on 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and in Barstow and Maine in downtown Waukesha.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
See our specials at discountliquorinc.com, and happy Father's Day.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Associated Bank. Show your Brewers pride everywhere you go
with Brewers Checking, only from Associated Bank. Score exclusive perks like a one-of-a-kind Brewers Debit MasterCard, 10% off at the team store, even express check-in at the Associated Bank gate. And if you want a VIP game day, the Associated Bank Power Alley is for everyone. Contact the Brewers ticket office to learn how you could treat your crew to a full buffet and private bar overlooking left center field. Brewers Checking. Learn more at associatedbank.com/brewers today. Member FDIC.
Hear that? That's the sound of the 2023 Chevy Silverado's turbo high-output engine, delivering impressive power with no compromised durability. Whether you're helping friends move or just moving some friends, this is the sound of a family with plenty of rear seat room to enjoy the ride. And this is the sound of you heading to your local Chevy dealer today. Find your Silverado and find new roads. Chevrolet. Visit WisconsinDriveChevy.com.
Before I was adopted, I felt alone.
I felt nervous that I wouldn't have a family.
I was getting older and older. I didn't think I was going to get adopted.
With help from the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, Lexi, Connor, and LaShawna now have a forever family and the foundation for a bright future.
When I was adopted, it was like, wow, I get to settle, and this is permanent.
After I was adopted, I felt happy.
Adoption changed me for the better. I feel like I can be whoever I want to be.
Every child deserves a safe, loving, and permanent home. Help the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption find forever families for children who have been lingering in foster care the longest. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Join former NBA stars and Marquette alumni Dwayne Wade and Travis Diener as they return to Milwaukee this summer for Wade versus Diener, Champions for Literacy. Golf alongside the stars at the Bog in Saukville on July 24th. A day full of food, fun, events. What kind of events? Sounds interesting. Golf, all while funding local youth literacy projects. Learn more at wadeversusdiener.givesmart.com.
You're listening to Homer and Tony with Cousin Sub's Sub of the Day, Melanie Ricks and Tony Smith on 94.5 ESPN and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Mel, they had me at golf. They didn't have to say anything else.
I know. I'm already knowing.
Golf. I'm in. Listen, you were not here yesterday when we heard about the news.
Yep.
The news, and you know what I'm talking about, the news.
The news.
Not the PGA versus Live. We'll get into that news later. But the other news that you're more familiar with, that people know you about, the Milwaukee Bucks. Another bougie Bucks fan here, Melanie Ricks. You got a new coach.
Yes, we do. And by the way, Bucks fans have every right to be bougie because we have the greatest basketball player in the world. So, yeah. I mean, the expectations, they have to be high. But you know what? Yeah, don't you want us to have high expectations knowing what we have on our roster?
Bucks are a championship caliber roster.
Yes.
100% you should be bougie right now.
Do you feel, though, and I know I'm kind of flipping it on you, but only because you said championship caliber, do you feel that we have drafted a championship caliber coach? Because even though he has not had a head coaching position, he's been in the league for 25 years.
Yeah, Mel, you know, our audience will know this. Our audience will know this. I'm not, you know, I don't put a lot on the coach. I don't give
Is that a player thing?
Well, I don't give him a lot of blame, but I also don't give him a lot of credit.
Is that a player thing, though, because of your experience with coaches?
I'm not sure. I mean, like, I'm not saying coaches don't make a difference. Now, don't get me wrong there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if I see a team lose or I see a team win, I'm probably going to say it's because of the players first.
So what does the coach have to do with the win or loss in your mind?
They have I would say they're about 15% of the pie. So 85% is what the players are doing out there.
Okay.
Because I coached kids as well, and I know that, like, I could draw up the greatest play in the world. If they don't go execute it, guess what?
Right.
Looks like crap.
Right.
Right? So I can only, like, put you in a position, but at the end of the day, you got to go execute. Like, if I say you got to set a screen here at this specific time, timing's got to be right, you got to go out there and do it.
Right.
So I really the hire to me, first of all, the firing to me, I mean, really was it Bud's fault? I don't think so. A lot of people want to say, he didn't make adjustments or, whatever it was. Like, I just don't know what else besides adjustment. Adjustments to me is like, really, are you going to adjust the way you play? I don't know. Can you do that? You would have had to practice a bunch of stuff, and then maybe that's where they want to go with, right? Okay, you didn't prepare to make adjustments. You didn't prepare for that, which
how does one prepare? I find hard
to believe.
To make adjustments?
You got to go over a lot of stuff. You got people who. So what they'll do, Mel? They'll have assistant coaches, and they typically will assign a few teams to each coach that you scout for the regular season when you play these teams, because you're going to play everybody in the league at least twice. So somebody's got to have that scout, and they'll know what they do. They've been watching film on them. They know what kind of stuff they do. Defensively, they know what they want to do to teams. Offensively, they know what plays they want to run. They know situations. They know everything. Trust me, when you walk in on game day and before game day and shoot around, but when you walk in for the game that night, everything's on the board that we went over. Right, about that team. Tells you everything. There's even guys, if you don't know, he wants to go left. He wants to get to his left. Right? He wants to get in the post, turn over his right shoulder. Everything's on the board for you. So they know what every other team is doing. So that's never going to be an issue. Like, as for you as a player, you're not going to be surprised by what somebody does. And I tell Homer and our audience all the time, like, listen, the offense has the advantage, because when we go over a play, I'm going to go off of this screen here, and there's always if the defense does this. The defense can do a handful of things, like 2 or 3 things, right? So offensively, there's a counter to everything they want to do. And what it ends up happening is you have to give up something. And that's just what it is. You'll hear that if you go to practice, we want to give this up, or because you got to give up something. You're going to give up something. You want to make it difficult for the team, or what you think their weakness is. That's what you want to push them to. Obviously, the offense is trying to get to their strength. So, those are the kind of adjustments you will prepare for in a walkthrough, or maybe a day like in the playoffs. You have a couple of days that you can walk through it and practice stuff that actually happened in the last game. This situation, like, okay, we were getting killed on this certain pick and roll here. How do we want to cover that? All right. If we do this, we do this. There's always counters. So that's why I said it's hard for me to believe that there was no like adjustments being made. They're just automatically made. But you can't stop everything. I mean, if a team gets hot, you're just done.
But based on your logic, I feel like it almost challenges that thought process of defense wins championships. Do you not believe in that statement?
No, you got to defend. I mean, a lot of defending is just hustling, right? Because that's how you can make up for the offense gaining some space, right? Because you need space to shoot, right? The offense getting some space, you just have to outwork them.
Right.
On the defensive end. On the offense, it's about execution. On defense, it's about outworking. Right, you got to outwork the offense in order to cover up, run out to shooters. Because there's going to be if you do the right thing defensively, they're going to get an open look. They're going to get a few seconds to shoot. You just got to hustle to that rotation. So I don't buy into he wasn't making adjustments, didn't do this. I don't know. I kind of think the adjustments are already out there. The players just got to go ahead and execute them. And again, you can just get on a bad stretch of games. Confidence is down. You're just not playing well. It's just like in anybody who's played any sport, you've had ups and downs with your confidence playing. Right. Not only your own game, but whatever team you're on. If you're in a team sport, your team's not playing well for a couple of games, or maybe for a quarter in a game, or for a half, whatever. It goes up and down like that. That's just the way it goes. So that's why I don't give the coaches too much blame, because I've been a coach at the youth level, and I see a lot of times like, man, that's not what we went over. I tell Homer that during Marquette games. I tell him the same thing. We see something that looks funny out there. I'm like, I don't think that's what Shaka drew up in the huddle. I don't think that happened. So that's why I don't give coaches too much credit nor too much blame. But I was thinking during this Heat run that, like, man, they're 1-1 against the number 1 seed at West. Like, did we jump the gun with the Bud firing? I know I've talked about that with Homer. But I wanted to get your thoughts on, man, do you think that they think maybe we jumped the gun on that?
I don't think that they believe that. I think that they likely exercised every possible option. I don't think that this was a decision that was made lightly and overnight. I think that they had to sleep on it, and there were a lot of different people involved in the discussion, including ownership, our president, obviously our GM, and I'm sure some players were involved as well. As we know, Giannis was instrumental in the hiring of Coach Griffin. I personally feel that the Heat are not your typical 8 seed. We've been saying it all along. I do not think, however, that a 1 seed can be eliminated in the first round in 5 games at that, and there not be repercussions from that, especially when you can't blame injury, you can't blame illness. Like, what else do you blame it on? And I'm not saying you put that blame on coaching, but something has to happen. You can't go into the playoffs, the 1 seed, and get eliminated by an 8 seed, typical 8 seed or not. I'm not saying, right or wrong, but I think that it was a decision that they did not take lightly, but I don't think there are any regrets with it.
Yeah, and the other thing I wanted to ask, and anybody else, I actually want to get the Homer and Tony Nation to weigh in on, what do you want to see from the new coach?
Yeah.
Like, I know, again, I was just talking about adjustments being the big buzzwords, and that's always, every time you talk to anybody about Coach Bud, it was, he doesn't make adjustments. Okay. So is that the main thing you want to see from the new coach?
Well, can I just highlight a few things he had mentioned? So I've been reading a bit because I want to really understand who he is as a person and as a coach, of course.
You're talking about Griff, right?
Yeah, about Griff.
Yep.
So, by the way, are we calling him Coach Griff? What are we calling him? Have we decided yet?
Dr. Griff.
Homer wanted to call him Dr. Griff.
Why
because
Dr.
he has a PhD.
Oh.
Him and Nick Nurse got a PhD
Oh, we got to
together.
put some respect on that name. Wait, Dr. Nurse? That is amazing. Why are we not calling him Dr. Nurse?
Yeah, Pebble noted that yesterday. Dr.
I
Nurse.
love it.
That's hilarious.
That is really funny.
No, he said he wanted to be called Coach at the.
Coach.
We asked Zora about that yesterday.
Love it.
Yeah, he said
Just
he wanted to
Coach.
be called Coach. Yep.
Well, okay, so he said offensively they want to take advantage of the special talent on the team, create high percentage shots. He talked about defense as well, and something interesting that I thought really, well, first off, of course, he said the adjustment thing, but he said we want to take our defense to the offense. We're not going to allow the offense to take their offense to us. What does that mean to you? Can you break that down? Because I thought that was such a unique way of putting that, and I want to understand exactly where his mind's at in saying that.
Yeah, well, I mean, the short answer of that is, like, as a defensive, you have to be aggressive. Like, again, you said we know what you want to do.
Okay.
When you call out a certain set or you get into a certain formation, we know what you're going to do. Most teams now in the NBA, they run a lot of high pick and roll. All right, what do we want to force you to do? Now, we're going to be aggressive to force you to do that. Mm-hmm. That's what he means by we're taking it to you. We're not going to let you operate and then react off of you.
We're not going to allow you to play your offense. We're going to force you to play.
React
I got you.
To us, to our defensive moves. That's really what that means.
I like the way he put it. I like the way his brain operates, the way that he sees things. You know what I mean? I'm a big fan already. I'd love to see, obviously, action, though, because things look good on paper.
Yeah, that's good. But we got Are You a Better Guesser? Do you recall that? You were here before.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited for that.
I guess that's some random crazy fact that I'll come up with. We need caller 4, Pebble. Is that right? Caller 4 for Are You a Better Guesser next.
More of Homer and Tony next on 94.5 ESPN. Football, family, and whatever this is.
When Christian Watson slipped out of that start, I was like, what are you doing even racing her anyways?
Were they barefoot?
Yes, on grass. Not a great look.
Don't love seeing that.
We just had Sammy Watkins. We don't need Hammy Watson now. Nailed that one. No, but for real.
You did until you said nailed that one. Let us do it, you dummy.
Listen to Scalzo and Brust weekdays from 4 to 6 on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Michelob Ultra.
Imagine this. It's 1968 and the mayor of Milwaukee says nope to Summerfest. How many bands would you have never seen? And how many lakeside selfies just wouldn't exist? There'd be no memories of riding the Sky Glider at sunset. And you'd never know the feeling of hitting all 12 stages before seeing your favorite band. Thankfully, 55 years ago, Summerfest was a yes. And every year since has been one to remember. Don't miss Milwaukee Summerfest. Presented by American Family Insurance. Find tickets, lineup, and more at summerfest.com.
Get up, get out, get over here, go! Whoa! It's the Grand Slam giveaway at Potawatomi. This June, play with your club card and you'll have 4 chances to hit big and slide into home with a share of the show-stopping $400,000 in cash and prizes. 50 winners each Thursday. Step up and knock your luck out of the park. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. More info at paysbig.com/Grand Slam. Must be 21 years old and a club member to play.
We see some patients who come in and they have been in just so much pain for so long that they are just deflated.
But that's about to change because QC Kinetics provides hope for relief using all new regenerative treatments that concentrate your body's own healing properties into aching hips, back, shoulders, and knees. And Dr. Zuckerman, a medical director at QC Kinetics, loves watching the patient transformations.
One of the most amazing things is when I get to see a patient who, after a few months of our treatments, is just a completely different person. They are smiling and happy, and the weight of the world is off their shoulders because we were able to take away their pain.
And that's with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime.
It's just amazing to be able to change people's lives like that. It's very gratifying.
Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
RJ Schenner has several Toshiba copier printers from James Imaging Systems. IT manager Gabe Colasari.
The reason why for James Imaging is their responsiveness, dedication, knowledge of the product, and they always make sure that the customer is taken care of.
The kind of customer service you'd expect from a 100% Wisconsin-owned and managed office technology company like James Imaging Systems.
We actually have a high-end printing machine on site, so we produce our own catalogs, so we need the support to handle that.
James Imaging Systems, better document imaging technology, better service.
When we got a problem, we're able to call in and get it rectified or corrected without any issues.
Gabe, any advice to other local businesses?
Contact James. I mean, they'll take care of you.
James Imaging Systems, reliable document imaging technology, extraordinary local service. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local office technology partner.
Look at all this space I have on my desk. Finally, no more clutter.
I know, right? Plus, now I can actually see everyone and talk to them whenever I want.
Would you stop trying to ask people if there are more doors or wheels in the world?
Speaking of wheels, these chairs, woo!
I've never been more comfortable at work.
Coakley Brothers and Brothers Interiors, the official moving and furniture provider of GKB Milwaukee. You're listening to Homer and Tony on 94.5 ESPN. Missed any of the show? Find us on Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcasts. It's free, it's everywhere, and it's for you.
Yeah, Melanie Ricks here, hanging out with your boy T. Smith. Homer is doing some load management today. That guy, he talks a lot, so he needs to rest his mouth.
Absolutely.
So he can come out strong. When is he back, Pebble?
He'll be back in chair tomorrow.
He'll be back tomorrow.
Love that for him.
Yeah. So don't worry. He will be back.
He'll be back.
Yeah, we got Melody in the house, and it's time for Are You a Better Guesser? Our contestant today is Ben in Burlington. Ben, welcome to Are You a Better Guesser?
How's it going, Tony and Melanie? Is it Melanie? Sorry.
Yeah, it's Mel. Hi, Ben.
Come on, man. Put some respect on Melody's name. Is it?
All right.
Clean up your act over there, Ben. We got Mel in the house, and we were talking about dates. And, well, first, Pebble, what's he going to win now? Have you won before, Ben? Have you been in the contest?
A former champion?
Yeah, former champion.
Two-time champion.
Oh.
One time I was an undisputed champion of the world because no one else guessed it right that week. So.
Wow. That's some stiff competition.
What's on the line, though, is entry into a drawing for a $50 gift card to Mars Cheese Castle, which we will draw on Monday. Right now we have one correct answer this week. That was Chef Ed, who had a correct response on Monday.
Oh, okay. Nice. And we were talking about we started off talking about some crazy first dates, and that got me to thinking, because my buddy got jacked on that restaurant that girl picked. So we're going to ask you, of these countries, which has the most expensive restaurant?
Ooh, okay.
And we're only doing 3. Now we're down to three choices. So you got 3 choices. We got France, Japan, or the United States. Where?
Oh,
which
that's
one
rough.
Of those has the Ben's gonna go first. Ben, which one of those countries has the most expensive restaurant? France, Japan, or the United States?
This is the greatest question I've heard in a long time. So, I'll have to say Japan.
He's going Japan. All right, Mel.
I'm gonna go France.
Mel's going France.
And I will take the United States, Tony.
Pebble's going to take the U.S. Oh, we got all bases covered. Should have gave another one so I could win. Homer always thinks he wins if he doesn't get it, if no one gets it right. So in this case, Pebble had the U.S. No, the U.S. is 3rd. It's in New York. Sorry, Pebble. You are wrong. Thank you.
Thanks for playing, Pebs.
Now it's between Japan and France. The winner is... The one in New York is about $900 a person.
Okay.
So you better go alone. Don't take a date, Ben, whatever you do. The winning restaurant is $2,000 per person.
It's got to be France.
It is not. It is Japan.
Wow.
Congratulations, Ben Burlington, with the correct answer. How are we doing this week, Pepper?
All right. I'm coming for Chef
Now we
Ed.
have 2 correct answers with Ben and Chef Ed.
2 Chef. You and Chef. You're coming for Chef Ed.
With 2 more chances to go this week.
2 more chances to go this week. Good luck, Ben. Good job.
Wow, great job, Ben.
2,000. Mel, what if someone let's go to the one in New York. If someone says, "Oh, I want to go here," and it's like that crazy, what? I'm like, nah, bro, we're not going there. Sorry.
I mean, no, if that's what you want to do, that's
I'll
what
be
you
like,
want to do.
if she said that, you know what I would do? I would say, okay, hold on. Let me make a reservation. I'll call you right back. Man, I'm blocking your number.
You're crazy.
Straight block.
What's the average date price?
$900 per person?
I didn't say that.
I don't think so.
I didn't say that.
I never went out with you? Come on.
For a first date. Yeah, that's aggressive for a first date.
Very
What's
aggressive.
a good first date price? And then what do you say is just like an average just date price?
I mean, you don't
if there's a
wanna go
difference.
Crazy, unless, I don't know. You should be able to get something good to eat for $50 per person.
Okay. In this economy?
You don't think so?
I mean, in this economy, it's a little tougher. It's a little tougher, Tony. I don't know.
Olive Garden's cheap.
Sounds like Ponderosa prices.
It does?
Yes, Tony.
Maybe I haven't been
You
out.
haven't been out in a while. 'Cause
Clearly.
I went to
I don't
brunch.
think
I'll just tell you, I went to brunch with my girlfriends on Sunday.
How many, though? Like 17 of you?
No, they're only like 5. But
No,
so
5, geez.
there were 5 of us, but you just pay it with the gratuity and everything.
But
and
y'all are probably drinking, though.
we were, but we had bottomless mimosas, which are $25. Our meal,
That's half of what I just said.
Right. Our meals were $100 each, and that was just for casual Sunday fun day brunch. Yeah, but we had like crab legs, we had steak,
$25,
we had
$25
everything.
for a bottomless mimosa.
Yep.
And then where's the $75 coming in?
So it was all you can eat, and they had
For $75?
Tony.
You
Like I
can't
said,
even eat
you had
$75.
we had fresh crab, fresh lobster, we had sirloin steak. Yellow
You
potatoes,
can't eat
everything.
it all, Mel. Look at you. Have you seen yourself?
But Tony, it was
How
worth
much
it.
can you eat?
But you know what though? I also paid for the environment. I paid for the live music. They had a DJ there. You know what I mean? You're paying for more than just the dinner.
I get it.
You feel me? So you gotta equate. You gotta put all that in. Factor all of that.
I think $100 tab. First date is good. I don't know.
I think that's perfect. You're not spending too much, and hopefully you won't miss that $100 if you spend it.
Well, we have to break on time at the top of the hour because we have our sponsored Top 3 at 3 by Saz's State House coming up next.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Homer and Tony's coming up next here on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance because you'll feel protected no matter how the wind blows. Also, you can keep enjoying the home of your dreams. And our expert agents can help you save up to 23% when you bundle home with auto. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. Get a quote? Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Football season is just around the corner, and Ticket King is here to get you tickets to the green and gold game of your choice. As Wisconsin's largest and most trusted ticket broker, Ticket King has access to all the big games and concerts. Ticket King is your one-stop shop for great seats to any event. You're paying the lowest prices when you order tickets from theticketking.com. Purchase game tickets to witness the start of a new era in Green Bay this fall. Theticketking.com. It's not sold out until the King is sold out. Theticketking.com.
At Evans Transportation, they love the sounds of Milwaukee baseball. Bats cracking, crowds cheering, brats grilling. And Evans is a big fan of manufacturing runs, both on the diamond and in supply chain management. When manufacturers have accounting, shipping, and tracking needs, they come to Evans. Because just like in baseball, teams who know how to manufacture runs have the best chance of long-term success. Evans in Delafield supports Milwaukee's baseball team. Find them at evanstrans.com.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Ben Brust here. Catch Scalzo and Brust weekdays 4 to 6 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Hey, yeah!
This is Homer and Tony.
Oh, baby, the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks has a PhD? What? Dr. Adrian Griffin. I can't wait to when we have him on. Doctor? You have to introduce him as a doctor, right?
No, you have to introduce him as coach.
Well, but being a doctor is more impressive than the coach. Having a PhD is more impressive.
At a press conference for the NBA.
Now you think so? You think NBA head coach is more impressive than having a PhD?
Yes. How many NBA coaches are there?
30.
How many people with PhDs are there?
A lot more than 30.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Well, I'm pretty much
enough said.
Like, you're going to be wrong saying the Packers are going to win only 4 games. I'm not going to say everything you say is wrong. That's just one opinion. I think overall, your predictions were pretty good. Now you've gone goofy.
Yeah, I'm goofy, so you're just as goofy as I am, man. That's
we
the
will
bottom line.
We will find out.
You're the host of the show.
I'm not picking
you can
to
say
win
whatever
4
you
games.
want.
I'm going to be way more accurate picking the Packers to win 7 than you are at 4.
If I'm wrong on the 4 wins and they win 5, 6, 7, I will call up and say I was wrong.
Not good.
But
You won't have to. We'll
games.
tell everybody you were wrong before you call in. We'll go.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue. With Marquette Hall of Famer Tony Smith, here is cousin sub of the day, Melanie Ricks.
Yeah. We are in the house and we are going to be on time. Mel, are you ready? It's time for the top 3 at 3.
The best of the best. The pick of the litter, the creme de la creme. This list is as exclusive as it gets.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, let's run. It's the top 3 at 3 with Homer and Tony. Presented by Saz's Steakhouse, the place to grab a bite and a brew before the game. Stop by 55th and State for a shuttle to the game. Saz's, the finest.
Yeah, Saz's. You know, I don't eat, stay away from the dairy now, Mel, but have you had the mozzarella sticks there? Oh,
Tony.
So good.
The sample platter from Saz's, I mean, my mouth just started watering thinking about it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get the sample platter at Summerfest. Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Now I want to go there after work.
Talk to me about it. Yeah,
so good. But yes, it has the mozzarella on it. That's why I said that.
Mozzarella so good. Every time I hear that open with the Saz's, I just go to mozzarella sticks.
So good. like absurdly good.
Makes me want to go get some, but I'm not. I'm gonna stay strong.
Stay strong, Tony. You got
I'll
it.
be there later, Sazzes.
You're so funny.
I'm gonna go first. My story. You know, we got football coming up, obviously, and I was reading something today, and there's a petition to like get rid of artificial turf. Have you heard about this?
Why?
Rebel,
Why would they get rid of that?
No, I haven't seen it.
It's called Flip the Turf. They want to get. Oh, there's reportedly there's been a lot of injuries on artificial turf.
Okay.
Because I mean, obviously they went to it because it's cheaper than keeping up the grass.
Right.
It's more durable. Like, you know, you've seen like games with a lot of rain or snow, or whatever, and the field just gets ruined and it's muddy. So it's a little better for that, but it's worse for injuries. I mean, when you think about, you know, have you ever been bowling where you get the shoes a little slippery?
Yeah.
And have you ever bowled when you didn't have that slip?
Yes.
And it just stuck? Yeah, you almost fall over? Yeah. So you need a little bit of a give for your joints.
For sure.
And that turf, there ain't no give.
Right.
So there's a lot more injuries on there, but they're trying to get rid of the artificial turf. Now, we have grass at Lambeau, so we're good. But there's still 16. That means half the teams have artificial turf still.
Well, I would imagine all indoor teams do, right?
I would assume, yes.
Yeah.
But
can you even get grass inside like that? Can you grow it?
Of course, you can grow grass anywhere. Why not?
But like, is it going to get the sunlight it needs and the water? You know what I mean? Is it going to get all the elements it needs?
I know they can do it.
Okay.
I know they can do it, but they're absolutely trying to get rid of the turf, and I agree. I think, although the game is faster on turf, I still like the naturalness of the grass.
You do.
So I'm gonna join the flip the turf campaign.
Okay.
Here, this petition, and I'm gonna sign this petition when it comes around.
Oh wow.
Mel, what do you got?
All right. So I saw this story, and I feel like it'd be perfect or perfectly in keeping with what we were talking about. So we were talking about first dates and, you know, how much you would want to spend on it. This guy spent $400 and 60 hours, not on the first date, but on making his girlfriend a designer purse. So it was her anniversary. Yeah, I know. It was her anniversary, and his girlfriend joked about how she wanted a Birkin. He looked up the price. First off, give me a guess. What do you think a Birkin costs?
Birkin, $20,000.
Pebble? Price of a Birkin. If you had to guess.
I'll say, I don't know, $15,000?
LOL. $100,000. Tony, he almost spent his drink. I'm not kidding. Oh, I'm serious. It's 100 racks for a Birkin. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So when you see Birkins, real ones, those are $100,000 per. Yes, I'm serious. And his girlfriend jokingly said that she wanted one, and he looked up the price and said absolutely not.
Right.
So he made one for her himself.
I'm gonna buy a house instead. How about that?
No, you could buy a lot more than a house for $100,000. But yeah, no, I know it's crazy. And actually, I'm being generous. The one that he posted actually is $110,000. So I'm sorry. Sorry, guys, I said the cheap one. My bad.
Sounds like a first date gift. Yeah.
Exactly. But essentially, he went and he bought all of the pieces that he needed. He looked up how to make a purse, and he made his girlfriend a purse. And it is as close to luxury designer as you can get. He used all the best like leather and materials that you can. And he said it cost him $400, and it took him 60 hours. And he said his girlfriend was so appreciative, and it actually, believe it or not, looks like a Birkin. That is love right there. She needs to marry that man because
he's got skills, though. First of all,
he does have skills. He needs to start making those purses for people.
Was he a purse maker?
No, he had to look it all up. Like, this was him doing this out of love. You know what I mean? Like, he said, okay, I can't afford what you jokingly wanted, so why don't I make it for you instead?
That's desperation. Dude tried to save $100,000.
You're so funny.
He tried to save $100,000.
I thought it was
I'm
cute.
not buying this Birkin.
Right.
I'm going to make one.
But 60 hours, that's where the love comes in. He put in a lot of time for that woman.
60 hours?
It's giving love. So yeah, that's my story. I loved it. When I saw it, I'm like, oh, perfect for today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pebble?
And mine is Josh Allen gracing the cover of Madden 2024 video game.
Oh, is the jinx over?
I was just going to say.
We'll see. Yeah, the jinx, sometimes players get hurt who are on the cover. Sometimes they have unproductive seasons.
Yep.
I believe he's the 24th athlete to appear on, or the 23rd athlete to appear on the cover. There's only been 2 people who have been featured twice on the cover as well. But I mean, thinking too, like, who would be the next Packer player to maybe be on the cover of Madden? Could it be Jordan Love? Could it be
It certainly will not
Christian
be.
Watson? But that means that Jordan Love would have to ball out for Christian Watson to put up those kind of numbers to be on the cover.
That's a good question.
Only Brett Favre's been on the cover from a Packer standpoint. So
Rodgers has been on it?
No.
That surprises me.
No, just Brett Favre.
That really surprised. I would have thought he would around the.
2009.
Really?
Yeah, Rodgers had MVP seasons. I'm surprised he hasn't been on there.
That's really surprising. Well, if Aaron didn't get on, I don't think we'll.
Yeah, Mahomes has been on it twice, and so has Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I want to know, what are the qualifications? Like, what makes him decide who gets the cover?
Be very popular.
Usually it's like the player who's had a really great season and been popular the previous year.
I mean,
wasn't Aaron MVP twice?
Yeah, but it's not off of skill, and it's off of popularity.
But he was popular when he won MVP, right?
They had, I think Peyton Hillis was on there once.
In 2012, yes.
Yeah. So you don't even know who he is. So it has nothing to do with that. It's all popularity.
Yeah, John Madden was on the cover last year to commemorate his death in passing. And then 2 years ago, it was Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady. Lamar Jackson before that. Before that was Mahomes. Before that, Antonio Brown, Tom Brady, Gronkowski,
Antonio Brown.
Odell
They better
Beckham
pull that
Jr.,
one from the
Richard
shelf.
Sherman, Barry Sanders.
When was Hillis on there? That was a
Hillis
long time
was
ago.
2012.
And what about was Allstott on there too once?
Allstott was not. No, the very first cover was Madden himself, then Eddie George, Culpepper, Marshall Faulk, Michael Vick, Ray Lewis, Donovan McNabb, Sean Alexander, Vince Young, Brett Favre, Troy Polamalu, and Larry Fitzgerald, Drew Brees, and then Peyton Hillis.
Yeah, I remember. I've been playing Madden forever. Don't play it that much anymore, but I remember we used to play Madden on the road. We'd take our games on the road and we load up in somebody's room and have Madden tournaments.
As you should.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
You don't think they do that anymore?
Maybe, but not. You don't have to go in somebody's room now. You can just do it online.
That's true. You're right.
You just play from your own room.
You don't have to bring a.
Yeah, we can't do that now.
Yeah, right.
We were all loading up in one little small hotel room.
Right. Aw. Do you miss
with the terrible graphics too?
Do you miss like the long controllers and having like a bunch of things to plug in? No.
The long controller.
You know what I mean? Like, because now everything's
because you get the portable now.
Yeah, now everything's portable.
Yeah.
Thank you. Like, sorry, I said long controller. I think I meant just corded controller. Thank you. Yeah. Do you miss that?
No.
No.
You can still have it corded. Just plug it up while you're playing if you want it corded.
That's true. My cord. I have a PS5. The only cord I have is to charge it. I don't have like a cord, right?
That's the one. I mean,
oh, that's the one.
That's
true. I guess I can charge and play at the same time.
If you leave it unplugged, you gotta have to plug it up while you're playing.
Facts. No, you're right. That's true.
Yeah, everything's online now, so
hilarious.
you don't need any of that stuff. It's online. I don't have to go to somebody's house. I play with my brother now. He's in Dallas.
Right.
Play with my other buddy lives in New Berlin.
Right.
Yeah, we can do anything now.
For sure.
It's unbelievable what these games can do.
I'm so shocked that Aaron was never on the cover of Madden, but
Yeah, that is.
I'm
weird.
very surprised about that.
Did you say who's going to be on the next cover? When is the next?
Josh Allen.
It's Josh Allen.
Yeah.
This year.
Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Oh, it's this year coming up.
This year coming up, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying next year.
Next year? Don't know yet.
Who's going to be on there?
No, because Josh Allen, I'm assuming, only just got announced, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll know in a year, Tony.
Hey, guess what? My prediction is Rodgers will be on there in the Jets jersey.
No.
He's going to get on there in a Jets jersey.
No, that would be horrible. What they need to do is put him on when he retires as a Packer. If they put him on as a Jet, that's petty. That is so petty.
No, I mean, it just depends on who had the good year. So
but
the reason Josh Allen's on this year because he was decent last year. He didn't have a good year last year, did he?
Allen
Josh
last year?
Allen?
Wasn't he MVP? No, who was MVP last year?
No, it wasn't Josh Allen. I don't know who it was. Was it Josh Allen? I don't think so.
I have no idea.
I don't either.
But I will say...
Who cares about MVPs? We want Super Bowls.
Or I will ask, do you really think that they're going to get a better Aaron than we got? I don't think he's going to play better for the Jets than he played for us. So I don't think he's going to get a cover with them.
Well, he's going to have a much better defense. He's probably going to have the best defense he's ever had, I would argue. Pebble?
Who, the Packers? Or
no,
Aaron Rodgers?
I'm saying
in New York?
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
He'll have the best defense that he's ever had.
Yes.
So that helps, I tell you. I mean, talk about him struggling this year. I don't know. And plus, that he had the hand injury.
Right.
So that obviously was a factor in him not looking like the normal Rodgers that we're used to seeing. So if he's over that, he's got the best defense he's ever played with before. It's not like he doesn't have offensive weapons over there. They do. Breece Hall's going to be coming back, and they got another back over there. Obviously, he's got Garrett at wide receiver. He's brought his boy Allen Lazard over there. So he's got some weapons on the offensive side, but the defense they have is lights out over there. So That should help them. I would not be shocked to see them do very well, although the AFC is very tough. We know that. But the Jets' defense ain't backing down to anybody. So it's going to be interesting what they do over there. And I think he has a chance to be pretty good. Unfortunately for Packers fans, it might hurt. I don't know. Is it going to hurt you as a Packers fan if he balls out?
Of course it is. I have nothing to say. I'm speechless.
I mean, why is it going to hurt you?
I mean, like, cool, good for you, but, no. I'm sorry. I've grown accustomed over here, Tony.
Oh,
I said it before.
Maybe that's our Discount Liquor Twitter poll, Pebble. Are you going to be mad if Aaron Rodgers balls out next year?
Hard yes. That is a good poll question.
Check it out. And we'll come back next.
You're listening to Homer and Tony with Cousin Sub of the Day, Melanie Ricks, and Tony Smith.
On a scale of 1 to 100, what level event was meeting Pebble?
5.
Damn. And you say I make people mad.
It's so low. He said 5. Come on, dude.
Wait a minute.
I mean, seeing a cute dog on the street is 5.
No, that's
meeting
zero.
Pebble's 5.
Well, but ask what it is now.
I don't care what it is now. It took when you met him. That's the question. Now you're trying to make up for it because you're going to try to make up some number now. No, I got the answer I want.
On 94.5 ESPN and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Backups still remain along eastbound 94 from 84th Street through the Stadium interchange. The westbound side is also going to be heavy from about 27th Street through the Stadium. Northbound 43 on and off the brakes a bit from Locust all the way up to Capitol, and northbound 41 slowing from Wisconsin Avenue to Swan Boulevard. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, breezy and sunny, a high of 70 at the lakefront, 75 inland. Tonight, mainly clear, a low of 52 at the lake, 46 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
It's been a back-and-forth series so far, with things all knotted up at 1 between the Nuggets and Heat.
Murray step back for the tie of 3. No good! Rebound Miami! The Heat have won it! 111-108, and the series is tied at 1.
The NBA Finals hit South Beach for Game 3. Coverage tips off at 6:30 Wednesday night, right here on 94.5 ESPN. The NBA on ESPN Milwaukee is sponsored by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Men's wedding bands made from whiskey barrels and meteorites.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor. If it's a celebrate or tailgate when you're gonna recreate upstate. If it's a holiday, birthday, any date, you can save a discount liquor.
It's the world's largest music festival, and you'll be there compliments of Discount Liquor. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. There is no other party like Summerfest. Stop in and receive a free Summerfest ticket when you purchase 2 12-packs of 16-ounce Miller Lite or Coors Light cans, or 1 12-pack any Vizzy Hard Seltzer or Arnold Palmer spiked half and half. Visit us at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and in Barstow and Maine in downtown Waukesha.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings.
See us for your free Summerfest ticket and check out our specials at DiscountLiquorInc.com.
Discount Liquor.
If you are among the 6 million Americans living with Alzheimer's or care for someone with Alzheimer's or dementia, there is free help and support available 24/7. Visit alz.org or call 800-272-3900.
It's been a back-and-forth series so far, with things all knotted up at 1 between the Nuggets and Heat.
Murray step back for the tie of 3. No good! good. Rebound Miami. The Heat have won it. 111 to 108. And the series is tied at 1.
The NBA Finals hit South Beach for Game 3. Coverage tips off at 6:30 Wednesday night, right here on 94.5 ESPN. The NBA on ESPN Milwaukee is sponsored by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Oh, Mel, you don't know about this, do you?
I do not.
Oh, I got you. You feel like Homer now? I'm playing the drop that you have no idea what it is?
Yeah, a little
bit.
A little bit.
Every single time. Wow. Well, listen, guys, the year is almost half over. It's June already. That's 6 months into the year. And you guys are still dealing with pain? That knee pain or hip pain? Come on, enough is enough. Pills are not the answer. Surgery, certainly not the answer. You need to call QC Kinetics today. The advanced regenerative medicine solutions at QC Kinetics can give you a life without chronic joint pain. You can do all those summer activities you used to enjoy. Kayaking, the running, walking Mel's dog for. You can do it all. QC Kinetics, they're the nation's leader in taking healing properties from your own body, applying them right to your achy joint, so your joint tissue can be repaired and restored naturally. How about that? This treatment is truly revolutionary. I should know. I had it, and it's right here in Milwaukee. Patients across America are having life-changing results, and there's no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. Can't beat that. If you have pain in your knees, back, your shoulders, or your hips, you need to stop what you're doing and call QC Kinetics now for that free consultation. That's right. I said free. Ain't going to cost you a penny. Learn how the latest advances in regenerative medicine can give you your life back. I felt good when I got mine back. Call now, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. Get a pen and paper. I'll give it to you one more time. 414-285-3474.
You're listening to Homer and Tony with Cousin Sub of the Day, Melanie Ricks and Tony Smith on 94.5 ESPN and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Blinding me with science. You don't know this now. That's too old for you. I get it.
The song is called Blinding Me with Science. What does that even mean? Like, what does that mean?
It's poetry in motion. I don't know what it means.
Blinding me. If somebody said you're blinding me with science, I wouldn't even know how to respond.
You blinded me. Maybe science is a code word.
It's got to be.
You blinded me. It's something else. I don't know what. Anyway, Mel, we were talking before about, Griff, the new hire, Bucks coach.
Yep.
And you were just asking about what he said, and I quickly broke down, what he was talking about, his defensive philosophy. He wants an attacking defense, right? That's basically just beating, the offense to what they want to do and trying to get them out of what they want to do.
Right.
And forcing them, basically you want to force somebody to make a mistake, right? You see teams press, like especially in college and in high school, it's just giving the offense an opportunity to make a mistake. That's all really you're doing, pressing, right? You're trapping, because it actually puts you at a defensive disadvantage. I remember when I would coach, I would love to see teams press, but I love that in my mind because my team's going to execute, and you're going to easily beat the press. The thing about beating the press is you have to beat it, but then you have to attack because you're going to have a momentary advantage.
Right.
And you got to take advantage when you have numbers. But a lot of teams see press, they get surprised by it. They get tentative, and that's where you make mistakes, and that's why teams do it. But I think he's just talking about in the half-court set, jumping screens, whether they're going to pick and roll, not letting guys get free, getting to the paint. Just a lot of different things of being aggressive defensively, but,
different ways of being aggressive. Because obviously, Tony, there are only so many defensive, offensive schemes. There are only so many ways to switch up and make adjustments. Yep. Hearing the way that he broke it down in his language and his speak, the way that he views it, did that make you feel like, okay, I'm picking up what you're throwing down? I see it.
Game plans are going to change game to game. That's the thing, because you got.
But like knowing that that's his philosophy.
You have different guys. I want to see what it looks like on the floor.
Okay.
Right. The one thing is he can have whatever philosophy he wants to have in his head, but you got to go execute it now. Does he have the personnel to go execute?
Right.
That game plan.
Right.
I know he has a few great individual defenders, right? You got Brook Lopez, who's a great rim defender. You got Drew Holiday, who's probably the best on-the-ball defender ever. And then you have, Giannis, who can be.
Is Giannis.
Right? Right. He's going to erase some mistakes, too, with his length and his ability to catch up to people and run them down for blocks or just put length on them. So I don't know if they're going to be able to execute what he sees in his mind. That's going to be the key, just having the picture in my mind of what I want my defense to be and then having it translate to the court.
Right. Absolutely.
I don't know if he's going to do that. But, we hope with the roster that it has, you got to say it's championship or bust, right? It's not.
I got to admit, yes.
I think, Pebble, what did we said? We said yesterday that we have show absolutes here. That what that means, we all have to agree for it to be a show absolute. And I think we all agreed that
they have to get to the NBA Finals.
Yeah, making the finals that's it.
They don't necessarily have to win it, but they have to get there.
Would you say Eastern Conference Finals or no?
NBA Finals.
Okay.
NBA Finals.
Okay.
Are you on board with our absolute?
I'm on board.
All right. So we got what do we call it? If Mel's an absolute plus?
Absolute plus
Let's
one.
Go.
I like
absolute
that.
plus.
I like
Let's
that.
Go.
Yeah, I'm on board.
All right. Mel's on board with that.
When it's natural, right? Considering the players that we have, you just spoke of. Even the defensive players that you spoke on, but like us having the greatest basketball player in the world.
It's
biased.
It's just the roster. You have a championship roster. That's it. Bottom line.
So
this year you got smacked by Miami, but again, we see what Miami's doing. There's not like they're a bad team. They're 1-1 right now. Speaking of that, and they're not a bad team. You had a bad series. Unfortunately, it was at the wrong time. Unfortunately for Bud, it just came at the wrong time. And as I said before, you're going to have situations where you run into a team who's playing well and you're not playing well. That's bad. That's just bad luck.
It's interesting how matter of fact you are about the roster, though, because obviously earlier you're asking about the decision to remove Coach Bud and hire a new person in that position. But you just said it. We have a championship roster. So in your mind, that was the adjustment, if you will, that needed to happen in the offseason because we have a roster that, in your opinion, should have been in the NBA Finals.
No, I don't think there needed to be an adjustment. I for one, wouldn't have been mad if Bud stayed.
Oh.
But I think that maybe management thought that, okay, this little situation has run its course.
Okay.
We're not getting the juice from the players that we used to get.
I understand that.
So there had to be some kind of change. Like you said, when you have that type of loss, head's got to roll. Somebody's head's got to roll. The easiest head to roll is the head coach. It's a big enough splash where, you're not going to go fire an assistant coach. That makes no sense, right? So you got to make some kind of splash. The head coach is a splash. Is it a significant change? In my opinion, no. Maybe in some. From the fans' viewpoint, maybe yes. It looks like it's a significant change, though. But they do have a championship roster. There's no doubt about that. Like you said, with Giannis on the team, it's going to be hard not to have a championship roster, right? But they also have some other great players around them. But we'll see what they come back with. Are they going to add some pieces? What about Jay Crowder, who was not used really that much? A lot of questions, so we'll see what Griff is able to come up with. We're obviously going to wish him luck. His first time head coaching. That's got to be a lot of pressure. I'm sure he's nervous about that. And hopefully he has the guys. He's a guy who's going to get the guys behind him because they're going to want to play well for him. That's what you hope happens. You want that kind of culture. There's a lot being talked right now about the Heat culture. I played for Miami for half a season. And that's when Spoelstra
was in the video room.
Was in the video room. Yeah. Yes. When I was coaching.
Did you have contact with him at that time?
Yeah.
You did. Okay.
In the video room. He was around.
Yeah.
Van Gundy was the assistant coach. He's now doing TV.
Which I hear that he's in the running for a coaching position right now.
And Pat Riley was the head coach. So the Heat. The people there, they've been there. Keith Askins was on the team. He's now in the front office. I played with Alonzo Mourning. He's in the front office with Pat Riley. So if you're a long-time Heat guy, you're going to be around there. And they keep that going. And
they've built a culture there for sure.
It is a hard work. Riley started that. Riley has his conditioning for training camp is where you get that from. He's running the dog crap out of you.
Really?
You're going to be in shape. Let's put it that way. You're going to be in shape. And, I don't know how Kyle Lowry is still pudgy over there.
Oh, gosh.
After doing what they do. What did Homer call him? Didn't Homer call him He called.
Oh, no, James Harden.
No, he called James Harden. He said the fattest guard I've ever seen, or something.
Okay, these are people's they're just their body types, right?
Hey,
it's their body types. I know.
I'm just telling you what Homer said.
Homer.
But Kyle Lowry's been criticized before about that, so I don't know. I doubt. I'm sure he's in good shape being there because that's what you do. I mean, if you don't play enough minutes, you get on the bike after the game.
Absolutely.
So,
but even the thinnest person isn't always necessarily in shape. So I don't think body 100%. Type dictates, whether or not you are.
Does not. And that's why I said I know he's in good shape.
Right.
Definitely.
Of course.
Cardiovascular wise, he's in good shape. But what are you thinking about this series, man? The Heat have been impressive. We know that up to now. The question is, can they pull off another one?
Yes, they can.
No, I'm not talking about another game. I'm talking about the series.
I saw a stat yesterday that whoever wins Game 3 in a 1-1 series wins the series 80% of the time.
So this is definitely a huge game to get that advantage. And they are in Miami.
I have a sneaking suspicion that Miami will pull out the win tonight. I don't think it's going to be easy by any means. I think it'll be similar to Game 2, actually. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Nuggets came in and did a gentleman's sweep. I just don't think they're going to be able to win 2 games in Miami. I don't think it'll be possible for them to win back-to-back games in Miami. So that's my only thing. If they were there up 2-0, then maybe. But I think Miami wins tonight. So
you got Miami winning tonight.
But knowing that, I don't know if I think they'll win the series. I don't know, Tony.
Why
but
not?
I agree with Pebble's statistic. I think whoever wins tonight probably will win the series. Yeah.
What do you mean you agree with the statistic? It is the statistic.
It's fact. I know, but I think for this year though, I think it'll carry on.
Play out that way.
Yeah, I think it'll play out that way. But it's weird, y'all, because either way we're gonna see history. Excuse me, and I want to see the 8th seed win, but I also really want to see Denver get their first chip. I have no dog in the fight.
You want to see Jimmy get his?
I do want to see Jimmy get a chip. I do.
Everybody can't get a chip, man.
I know, but I'm rooting for everybody. Can't everyone win?
No, this is not no participation trophies.
No,
here. You either win or you don't get the trophy. That's right. You go home or go fishing. Yeah, that's funny. I gotta ask. I want to ask you about one more thing on the other side of this break. Okay. This NBA related that Ja Morant situation.
Gosh.
Had a funny development. When I heard the news, I laughed, and we'll get your take on it when we come back.
You're listening to Homer and Tony with cousin sub of the day, Melanie Ricks and Tony Smith.
Since Pebble's been on vacation the last month and a half, he was not aware of the debate that we have. What percent African do you think that I am, Pebble?
I will go with 0.01%.
Whoa, yeah!
0.01.
We have 1/100.
We'll not get you a black card, by the way. So it doesn't matter.
What? Just out of curiosity, what will get me a black card?
Oh, at least 80%.
Oh, what?
What do you expect?
There's some people that have black cards less than 80%.
No.
No?
You got to be at least 80%.
All right.
On 94.5 ESPN and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We do have a little bit of a backup right now as you're making your way down southbound 41 from about Silver Spring down to about Capitol Drive and points south almost to Burleigh. And we've also got westbound 94 backing up through the stadium interchange, so give yourself that extra time. A little bit heavy in Waukesha County too. We got a disabled vehicle on the exit to Barker Road, so watch out for that as well. Traffic is brought to you by Evans Transportation in Brookfield, where they provide customized logistics solutions to keep you and your business moving forward. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mainly clear, a low of 52 at the lake, 46 inland. And tomorrow, nice and sunny, a high of 70 at the lake, 75 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
ESPN Radio Extra Point with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Kyrie is the key to unlocking both LeBron at this stage of his career and Anthony Davis. He takes a lot of weight off them offensively. He'll make life a lot easier for the likes of Austin Reeves. And by the way, like down the stretch, what did you feel like the Lakers were missing? They were missing that dynamic playmaker. That's everything they wanted D'Angelo Russell to be.
Yeah, if you could turn D'Angelo Russell into Kyrie, I think the Lakers might chip up this year.
So Key, it's like, look, I'm not sure what's actually happening in Lakerville. I think Rob Pelinka may not be into the Kyrie move as much because of what you have to pay and cap restrictions and things of that sort, and also some other pieces that they're trying to maneuver towards the future, and also wondering, is Kyrie and AD what we want the future of the Lakers organization to be?
Did you know 1 in 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced? O'Reilly Auto Parts will test your battery for free. If your battery needs to be replaced, our professional parts people can help you find the right Superstart battery for your vehicle and budget. Don't wait. Get your battery tested for free today at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Pro Paint Days are here at Lowe's. Now through June 16th, Lowe's MVPs members can start earning 20% back in paint rewards via Lowe's e-gift card when you spend $100 or more on qualifying paint purchases. Stock up on top paint brands like our new and exclusive HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Spec-Rite Pro Interior Paint. Lowe's knows pros. Exclusions, restrictions, and more terms apply. See Lowe's.com/L/pro loyalty terms. Subject to change.
Woo! I am thirsty today. Definitely going to need a cold one. There's the one. We're back again with 21st Amendment's V Failing to tell us what's so great about the Brew Free or Die Blood Orange IPA and what separates it from other summer IPAs.
We love our Brew Free or Die Blood Orange IPA. It's one of those ones that, if you're dipping your toes into an IPA, this is the perfect starter IPA for you. We use fruit in our beer, and we pride ourselves on using real fruit. Another one, this one clocks in at 7%, and we use real blood oranges in this one, and you can taste it. It's not a punch of blood orange, but it's a nice, refreshing blood orange mood with that nice hoppy flavoring finish.
Thanks again to V for joining me to talk about 21st Amendment brewing. I think we're all ready for some summer drinking, so if it's the Hell or High Watermelon or Brew Free or Die Blood Orange, remember, the fridge better be stocked.
Oh, you know this one, though.
Absolutely. This is like cookout music.
Come on,
you know?
How you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance? By standing on the wall. Get your back.
So when Pebble puts on a good beat, we're definitely in here moving our feet. So check us out on video. We're now streaming every day. All of your favorite ESPN Wisconsin shows are live on video every second, every show, every day. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, WisconsinOnDemand.com. Watch live or on demand. Listen, look live, local at ESPN Milwaukee. Love that for us.
Yeah. On video.
I'm here for it.
We were on location the other day.
Okay.
And we were at the Lombardi Golf Classic at North Hills Country Club, and I got Homer flossing on camera.
Did you actually? Is that on social media?
Yeah, Pebble, where's it at? Is that on our
It's on the
Twitter?
Homer and Tony Twitter page.
Oh my gosh.
You go look at it.
I love
outside.
It's from last Friday.
We're last Friday under the tent, and I started flossing. We were coming back, and I go, Homer, come on, floss. He goes, you're crazy. I said, dude, people want to see you floss. No, you just want to make fun of me. I go, yeah. Duh. And he got up, he did it. You won't recognize the floss when he does it, but that was his attempt at the floss.
I love it. I'm here for it. Well, I read something recently, and to be honest with you, I did not think it was actually real. And John Morant's people are saying that the gun that he had in his video was also not real. So allegedly, his camp is floating around the idea that it was actually a toy gun in his IG Live. And I'm sorry, but I'm just like, y'all are just throwing anything at the wall right now. Hopefully it'll stick. But I also hope it's true. It's just interesting that it's coming out now. You would think that would have been said sooner.
And I heard that. Well, here's my thing. When I heard that, I go, that's even more dumb.
Right. Why would you wave a toy gun?
To float.
Totally.
What are you doing with a fake gun?
Right. That's almost worse.
Did they really? Like, who's this camp? You need a new camp, bro. Like, why would you think that that's a better story? than showing a real gun.
It's not. It's absolutely not.
It's worse. Like, you got all this trouble, and it's a fake gun? Really? I heard that story. I was like, that can't be real. That's got to be like, people are making up fake. Is it fake news now? Is that fake news?
Yeah.
Did you check the resource on that?
Well,
that cannot be real.
Well, the thing is, somebody said that they were in contact with his camp. So it's not like his camp put out a statement. On the Breakfast Club, one of the hosts, Claudia Jordan, who was filling in that day, she said that she's in contact with his camp, and the camp claims that he was waving a toy gun, in his IG Live video, the one that, of course, is currently, well, actually, they say that it's been cleared up, the case. They just said Adam Silver, he was asked in a press conference right before the finals started. He was asked, what's going on with that? And he said, we'll make an announcement after the finals are over because we don't want any distractions. So apparently their investigation is over. But I think it's interesting that this is now being said. However, like I said, it's not like his camp is putting out a statement.
Okay.
No, someone is allegedly in contact with his camp. But still, to your point, why would you wave a toy gun if it's a toy gun that looks that realistic, especially right after what just happened to you? What was that, 4-6 weeks before?
Right.
It just doesn't make any sense. I don't understand.
I really don't understand. Yeah. I don't understand why that's out there and why the perception, they think that's going to give a better perception, or
and it won't. Well, Claudia, she said that she still expects that the NBA will give him a lengthy suspension. Like, it doesn't matter, because to your point, the perception is still that Ja Morant is on Instagram Live once again waving a gun, toy or not.
Correct. It's right, toy or not. It's still bad. And like I say, if you got in trouble for fake doing something,
right?
Doesn't even make sense.
Well, and something else that I had heard was that Adam Silver said they're going to punish him based on NBA law, not legalities, not like what's law. Because a lot of people were saying, well, it's his right to bear arms, but it's like that has nothing to do with this. It's about imagery, and it's about
it's about the
endorsements,
the code of conduct.
Exactly,
what they have
exactly, and the contract that he signed that said you will not do things like wave guns on IG Live. Which I guarantee they're going to add that in there now.
Probably, yeah.
They will. I'm sure they will.
Social media and guns, yeah. Probably not in there now, but there is a code of conduct, and the league has discretion on that type of stuff. Now, if it gets too weird or too crazy, obviously the players' union are going to fight it,
right?
Because they don't want their players taken advantage of. They want things to be fair across the board, and all owners are going to be on board with that because it could be one of their players who does something, and they want to be treated fairly. So they're going to be on board with that, keeping that code of conduct and the punishment that's doled out. All right, let's keep it all even. Let's keep everything fair. Everything consistent here. Be consistent with punishments,
especially if this is your second offense.
Well, second offense is what's going to make it worse.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, we're going to have a certain level of punishment for doing it one time. Like, you should have known better, but okay, you're gonna give you a punishment.
Well, and it was unprecedented. But I don't think anybody had ever done anything like that.
That's what I say. They're gonna make up some level of what it's gonna be. But now, second offense is he's gonna get hit pretty hard, and it doesn't matter if it was an illegal act or not an illegal act. It's a code of conduct thing that you just got talked to about a couple of months prior.
Well, and one of the things that Adam Silver said in the press conference, because for the record, he was asked, what's going on with Ja Morant, and that was why he volunteered that information. He did say in there that they had uncovered a fair amount of additional information, and then he went on to say, we could have brought it to a head now, but we thought it would be unfair to the players and coaches still, in the finals. That's why we don't want to talk about it. Do you think that this could be a part of the information that they've now uncovered? Like, do you think there's some validity to the idea of it being a toy gun?
To be honest with you, I don't understand the point of the toy gun deal.
I know. I don't get it.
I really
either.
don't get it. So I'm trying to see, and I'm thinking right now, like, okay, could this be a play from his camp to put that out there? Because, that's obviously, if someone's being interviewed and they want to put a narrative out there, they want to put something out there, true or not true, that obviously there's a time to do it because they know the person they're talking to is going to report it.
Right.
And they're going to write an article or go on TV or go on social media or go on whatever, their podcast.
Well, and she's on the Breakfast Club. You don't tell somebody who's hosting on the Breakfast Club unless you want that information leaked.
They know it's going to get out there. But I don't... I don't understand how the person who said that or gave that bit of information, I don't see how they think that's going to help, or is that going to make a difference? Why would you? I don't understand the reason for putting that out there. I just don't. I can't see it.
Well, I could see people in his camp. Well, first off, like I said, you're throwing whatever at the wall, hoping something sticks. That's the first thing. But second, I could see them doing the logical, or saying the logical thing, which is, well, it wouldn't have hurt anybody. It's just a toy gun. You know, he's just having fun. He's just being imaginative, whatever. I could just see it being that. And they're like, well, there was never a risk of it hurting anybody, so he didn't do anything wrong.
I mean, was that the concern? Like, he's carrying a gun and could hurt somebody?
That's not my concern.
Right, but I think from the league standpoint, it was the imagery of it.
Yeah.
So
yes, but then I think also what could happen.
Can carry a gun.
What could happen with it?
If he has a license, he can carry a gun.
But one of the things that Adam Silver said initially in the first offense was he could have hurt himself. He could have hurt other people. You know what I mean? So I think that is part of it. So that's why I'm wondering if they think the toy gun.
If the assumption is he doesn't know what he's doing with the gun,
right?
You don't know that. He could have took gun classes. He could have taken his conceal and carry.
I don't know if he'd be waving it like that. So.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is I don't think that they were really concerned about him hurting himself or someone else.
Mm-hmm.
They're concerned about how it looks.
Of course, as they should be, though.
Right. So with that being my overriding top theme is that, you know, it was all about imagery. Like, I don't see how the toy gun argument is going to help you.
You don't think it will hurt or help at all?
It can help because it looks like a real gun. Everybody thought it's a real gun.
Right.
So
and that's what matters.
The damage has already been done as far as visually. And now you're going to try to walk it back and say, oh, it wasn't a real gun. People aren't buying that now, first of all. No one's buying that. How are you going to prove it's a real gun? You could say anything. We don't believe it. You were trying to flex. You know, you're trying to, you know, I know I sent you on IG that freestyle that who was it did I forget his name now.
It wasn't Lil Wayne, wasn't that
Simba.
one? Oh, that one. Yeah.
Simba did about Ja, talking about Ja, and in there he's talking about, man, you're trying to represent a life that you don't even live.
Right.
It's like, what's going on? Why?
Yeah.
I just don't get what he's doing there. And then this little fake, it was a toy gun. Whatever, dude.
Well, and it's funny. So on The Truth this week, we've been having a few conversations about perception versus reality, whether or not they are one and the same. Do you separate the two ideas? And of course, they are separated by definition. However, we were framing it, a lot of us, as your perception is your reality. Well, in this case,
that's what they say.
You have to separate the two with Ja, because his reality may be that it was a toy gun, but the perception is that it was not. So it doesn't matter what your reality is. What matters is the perception. So I just think it's very interesting that we're having this conversation, because perception wins in this one. It just does. I'm sorry. Like, it doesn't matter what actually was going on. The facts, sure, we want to hear them, but look at what the perception was. I don't want to say, but I don't want to speak for other people, but essentially that he made another mistake.
Yeah. Well, we'll clean up some stuff in our last segment here before we get out of here with Mel. Mel, it's been good so far. We'll finish it up after the break.
Full show podcast, interviews, and special content is available right now at WisconsinOnDemand.com. This is Homer and Tony on 94.5 ESPN. Even when you think you know what's going on.
We know. I don't have a problem paying for someone else. I just, there's no way. I could get a new weed whacker or a
You can never be too sure.
That's $60
Wait, that's the going rate for blowers these days?
A souped up one.
Sometimes more. It depends on what you're asking for. Remember what you get.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, morning 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Wade versus Diener, a 3-day event that will feature activities where Dwayne Wade and Travis Diener will compete with your help to raise the most money for local youth literacy programs. Mark your calendars for July 23rd for a tee-off party hosted by Wade and Diener with giant beer pong, Jenga, bags, local food trucks, drinks, and more at Discovery World. Don't miss this opportunity to join these NBA stars as they give back to the Milwaukee community through their shared love of basketball and fundraising for youth literacy. Register at wadevsdiener.givesmart.com.
Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. It's time to stock up for your weekend celebrations and get a free Summerfest ticket. Whether you need a couple of cases, a cold half barrel, a great bottle of wine, your favorite craft beer, or hard-to-find liquor, you'll find it at Discount Liquor, all at the lowest prices in town. Stop in and receive a free Summerfest ticket when you purchase 2 12-packs of 16-ounce Miller Lite or Coors Light cans, or 1 12-pack any Vizzy Hard Seltzer or Arnold Palmer spiked half and half. It's the world's largest music festival, and you'll be there compliments of Discount Liquor. Visit us at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow and Maine in downtown Waukesha. Voted best liquor store in Milwaukee again. See us for your free Summerfest ticket and have a happy and safe weekend from all of us at Discount Liquor.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings. Discount Liquor.
Check out all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
The year is almost half over, and you are still dealing with that knee or hip pain? Enough is enough. Pills are not the answer. Surgery is not the answer. You need to call QC Kinetics today. Hey, it's Tony Smith. The advanced regenerative medicine solutions at QC Kinetics can give you a life without chronic joint pain. You can do all those summer activities you used to enjoy. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in taking healing properties from your own body and applying them right into your achy joint, so your joint tissue can be repaired and restored naturally. This treatment is truly revolutionary, and it's right here in Milwaukee. Patients across America are having life-changing results, and there's no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. If you have pain in your knees, back, shoulders, hips, you need to stop what you're doing right now and call QC Kinetics for a free consultation. Learn how the latest advances in regenerative medicine can give you your life back. Call 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Magoo's on the Mound is your game day headquarters. Located on 59th and Blue Mound, just minutes from the ballpark. Magoo's has food options for everyone and a vast selection of craft beers and cocktails. Enjoy some drinks and watch all the games with your buds. Or stay entertained with pool, darts, trivia, poker, or live music. Plus, Magoo's on the Mound offers plenty of free parking and shuttles to all home games for the crew. Check out their food and drink menu as well as upcoming events at magoos.biz. That's magoos.biz.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
You're listening to Homer and Tony on 94.5 ESPN. Missed any of the show? Find us on Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcasts. It's free, it's everywhere, and it's for you.
It feels good. Yeah. It feels good. Oh, it feels good.
In this case, it feels good if Aaron Rodgers would suck this year. Melanie.
I want to be clear here.
Petty White over there.
I just want to be very, very clear.
You were clear already.
I am not okay. Yeah,
hater.
And this is the thing. I don't enjoy sipping on haterade. This is me coming from a place of
here's
love.
Mel taking a sip. Look,
as I
everybody.
gulp, right? Gulps it down. No, but honestly, I want to see everybody win. Tony, I just told you I want everybody to win the NBA Finals.
Right.
I want to see everyone win.
But
It's
you
just
want
going to be
Aaron Rodgers to stink it up.
it's going to hurt my soul if I see him excel with the Jets to the point where he's playing better with them than he did with us.
What's our poll saying about this haterade by Melanie?
Well, we did put the poll up
Petty White over here.
We did put the poll up at Homer and Tony on Twitter, at ESPN Milwaukee on Twitter. Our Discount Liquor Twitter poll question: is Melanie being petty by hoping that Aaron Rodgers has a bad season for the Jets this year? 67% of the votes say no, she's not being petty. 33% say she's being
Bunch
petty.
of
White.
haters.
They understand.
I'm not concerned with the Jets. And unfortunately, I expect him to do well because of the reasons I told you before. He's got a great defense. He's got some weapons offensively. He has a chip on his shoulder. I expect him to do well. And whatever. Who cares? I'm more concerned about what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Over here. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to be focused on Aaron Rodgers having a good series and be mad. Because I got a whole range of emotion that have started way back when the Packers weren't giving Aaron Rodgers what I thought he should get offensively to try to help him get over the top. They put too much on his shoulders.
But is that Aaron's fault?
No, he's like anybody else. Like, you can't expect too much of them all the time. You're going to have ups and downs. I don't care how great you are. You're still going to have, like, Tom Brady didn't win every game he had. Michael Jordan didn't win every game. Like, you're not going to win every game. You're going to have some ups and downs. Put some help around me where when I have some down, there are people there with enough talent to pick me up.
Right.
That's what you need to do. And he just didn't get enough, in my opinion, offensive. You're going to have a lot of people who disagree with that, but that's just how I feel. So, like I say, when I was ready to move on, similar to, like the Bucks and Bud. There just need to be a change, in my opinion. Like, all right, this ship has sailed. It's over here. Let's just do something else.
Yeah, but couldn't he have sailed, to retirement?
No, he can still play. That's why he's mad.
I guess.
Goody got what he wanted. Goody got his boy, Jordan Love, in there. So now, Love, you're up. Goody, you're on the hot seat. We were talking about that, too. So, I know you're a Packers fan. So, what's up with your coach LaFleur? Goody, you think he's in the hot seat? I think we had that poll up before, Pebble, didn't we? Whose seat is the hottest?
I have a feeling he's very much I think it's scorching. I think it's like, I can't even sit in it anymore.
Who's got the hottest seat out of those three, you think?
I think Coach LaFleur.
LaFleur?
There was Goody, I think, who led the vote when we put it up.
Well, of course, everyone's going to say Goody, but I think it's LaFleur. So Goody, I do understand from the Jordan Love aspect.
Yeah, this is his boy, and I don't know if anybody's seen a lot. Well, you haven't seen anything because he hasn't really played.
In LaFleur, this was his worst year so far, correct? As a Packers coach, right? That was his worst season that he'd had thus far.
Yeah, he started first 3 or 13-4, I think.
So
13-3, yeah.
The only reason why I say LaFleur is because I don't know. I think it's a little likelier that it's going to be the coach. But personally, I think everybody's going to be fine for now because we're going to see how this goes. Obviously, there's still some key pieces that we need. I don't think any of them, though, have to worry about job security right now. We may be having a different discussion, though, next year.
Yeah, well, first of all, this year's, in my opinion, is not going to be great.
So you think in 2 years we'll have this discussion?
Well, I'm just saying, I don't think anybody's
expectations are pretty low.
Correct.
Yeah.
They got to be low. I think I got them winning 6 games this year. Pebble, you're at what?
8.
What is Homer at?
What is wrong with you guys?
Homer was at 7, I think.
What are you at? How many?
Well,
games
I'm gonna go with
win?
9.
No.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Hold on, man. Hold on. This is not. I'm a Packers fan. I hope they win this many games. I hope they're good. No. What do you think they're going to do? You've seen nothing from Jordan Love to suggest that he's going to be a great quarterback. So we know what they did last year with Aaron Rodgers, who's a Hall of Famer, right? Even though he had a thumb and maybe a down season, they still won 8 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you think they're going to do better than that with Jordan Love, who's got 0 basically experience at starting quarterback?
I mean, I just got to be really honest with you. I expect them to still be over 500. So, yeah, at least 8 games. I'm sorry.
Come on, Mel.
My expectations are high. You feel me, Joshy? Like, I can't help it.
Weren't you just talking about
I'm not going to lower my expectation. Of course, in perception, absolutely. My reality is that the Packers are going to be
your perception
at 500.
is you're living in the past. That's the old Packers you're thinking about. That's the Rodgers-led Packers.
It's true. But can't I just manifest this for Jordan? No, I can't do all that.
Don't come with.
Can I speak it into existence? Can't I do the law of attraction?
You're lucky the show's over because I'm going to get at you with your manifestation.
I know
stuff.
you love when I go into that.
You want to manifest 8 or 9 games.
I'm an optimist.
What if another person is over there manifesting 2 games? Whose manifestations win?
Mine wins every time. Are you kidding me? I'm the manifestation queen.
Manifesting 4 wins.
Right.
That's all. Larry in California.
Hey, I rest my case against the manifestation positive thinking stuff. It ain't going to work. You got a bunch of people over here wishing for one thing, another bunch of people wishing over here for the opposite thing. They both can't win.
Hey, maybe we'll end up winning 12
Everybody
then.
can get what you want. Whatever. Now she's beginning to get like Homer now. I got to get out of here. Mel, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Great to see you.
Great to see you, too.
And we will see you next time you sub. That's it. Close, please.
I don't have to do nothing but stay black and die. White people.
I will bet anybody